Okay, we're starting a broadcast and we're going to be about a minute or so early, and hopefully we'll have good audio. We'll see. Did a double reboot start on the channel here, and let's see if that works. Yes, so far it's working. I did a double reboot start for the broadcast. Does that sound fancy? And it worked. Okay, so this is an emergency broadcast. This is a part 2 continuation from yesterday. If you missed part 1, you probably should watch that. But if you're watching live, hang in there. No big worries. And live is Wednesday, July 22. So if you're watching it any other day, you're not alive. You're not alive. You've succumbed to the virus if you're not alive, right? That's how that works. Stig's in the house, Lance is in the house, Kevin's in the house, and we're all over the place. Okay, so here's the deal. Somebody did bring up a good point yesterday's broadcast, and I kind of skirted over it a little bit. They said that sometimes things that are made in the USA are not high quality. Because I've been stressing on some of these items that you want to search for items that are made in the USA. For example, a Brooks Brothers shirt. The older ones that were made in the USA tend to be very high quality. Some of the newer ones that are not made in the USA seem to have lost a lot of their quality. So, but there are examples of USA manufacturers that make junk. Absolutely there are. I mean, the point is that you're more likely to find the quality if you find high-end U.S. manufacturers. And there are always going to be exceptions to the rules. He brought up automobiles. Yeah, some of the, quote, U.S. automakers have quality control issues, right? But, hey, a lot of Toyotas are made in the USA and they're fantastic. So that's just a question of controlling your supply chain and controlling your quality. Toyota is known for being very hard on their suppliers as far as parts suppliers that supply parts that are defective or whatever. They are not very forgiving. And so as a consequence, the cars tend to be very high quality and they hold up great. Toyotas or Lexus. And goes Toyota, Lexus, then Honda, then probably Subaru. Then I think after that there's quite a fall off in quality. So Toyota definitely at the top by a good margin, then Honda, then Subaru, then on downhill from there. And at the bottom of the heap are like Rolls-Royce, BMW, Mercedes, Jaguar, Range Rover. They're all pretty much at the bottom of the heap as far as quality. So there you go. That's how that whole thing works. And somebody's going to say, oh, what are you talking about? Rolls-Royce, not quality. What are you talking about? Well, yeah, if you own one, you'll find out. You'll find out they're generally quality free. And by the way, they don't break down. A Rolls-Royce does not break down. It simply fails to proceed. That's how they refer to it when it stops running, that it failed to proceed. And they flat tow it back into the dealership, and at vast cost, they will get it so that it will proceed again. Our Wags is in the house. He says, hey, Chip and all the wrench gang, hump day is done. There you go. But then again, for those of us that are in business for ourselves, there is no hump day. It's 24/7, 365, unfortunately. That's how that whole thing works. Lance is in the house. Craig, what's the most reliable European car brand in your opinion? Whoa, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. European car that's reliable. I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe somebody can come up with something creative in the chat, but I think you're whistling Dixie. I think you're wishing wish in one hand and you know what in the other and see which one fills first. I don't think any European cars are going to be reliable. I think you're going to have a problem there. Just saying. All cars generally, though, have gotten better. I will grant them all that. All of them have gotten generally better. But some better than others. And Kevin says, I have great run and experience with Honda. From my car is 10 years old, and everyone is surprised when I tell them the age because it appears to be a new car. If you keep them in the garage and you take care of them, absolutely. Fun fact, folks, your Rolls and Bentley are Volkswagens, Audis, and Beamers underneath, and those vehicles are about a fourth the cost of the vehicle they're badged to. But here's the thing, and have you watched his video, Bob, that has been doing all these videos about his Rolls-Royce Phantom and all the things he's done to it over the year or so that he's had it? Just fixed everything, right? I mean, and here's the thing, that would scare you right there, right? That it constantly needs all this work. But in any event, he made the comment that in a lot of ways it's better than a 7 Series BMW. That it's more reliable than a 7 Series BMW. But then again, a 7 Series BMW, that's not a very high benchmark to start with, right? It's got the same V12 engine as the 7 Series BMW, but a lot of other things on it, he said, are actually more reliable. And of course, it's super unreliable, right? So that tells you where the BMW is way down here, right? Somewhere. So yeah, if you want a bag of hurt, definitely get yourself a 7 Series BMW. That would be a way to, really, if you want to be on a first-name basis with the folks at the dealership. Eduardo says, Craig, would you rather a Max 5 or BMW 128i? I'm not familiar with the new stuff. I'm really not. But I can tell you I would pass on any BMW. And I don't even know what the Max 5 is. See, that's how unhip I am. Air-cooled Porsche 911, that's pretty reliable. And some of the early 90s 5 Series BMWs are pretty reliable too. There you go. And yeah, a 911 is the sports car that I would choose if I was going to choose a sports car, absolutely. Chair high seating in them, a little bit more comfortable. At least the older ones. I don't know about the newer ones. Craig, did you get my email with the belt? Did you just send it today, or is this an? Oh, if it was sent, let me look. Okay, Salvation Army find. Okay, all right. Let's see what we got here. Give me a second. Okay. Looks like a thick leather belt, miscellaneous belt, $7.50. Allen Edmonds, okay, USA, good. Okay. Yeah, it looks like a heavy bridle leather or belting leather or something belt. I can't really see the buckle on it. But yeah, that's exactly the way to go. Why not? Absolutely. If it fits you, I mean, that's probably, at least a $50 or $60 belt, at least, I would think, for $7.50. Nothing wrong with that. It might have been a $75 belt. I don't know how much those were. Let's see here. Eduardo's in the house. Harweg's probably because you owned it for 15 years too many. Okay. Let's see. Rolls, Phantom, and Ghosts are 7 Series BMWs underneath. Yeah, but a lot of it's different. A lot of the coach work and stuff is built in a different factory, so it isn't going to be the same. And he claims it's actually more reliable. The Phantom is actually more reliable than a 7 Series. So, but I mean, again, that we're not starting with a very high bar, right? Lance's in the house. Asian cars are better in terms of reliability, but European cars are better when it comes to interior quality. I wouldn't go so far as to say that. No, I would not agree with that. A Lexus beats any European car as far as quality control on the interior, exterior, everywhere. It's not even a close call. Lexus has the edge. Craig, did you go to college? I did go to some community college studying automotive technologies for a couple of years, but no 4-year degree. I did go to a little bit, I kind of went to American University for a little while. It's a complicated story, but no. I was more into working and building my own businesses and all that stuff from a very young age. Sorry, yes, I meant MX5. Okay, yep. Yeah, I'm not real familiar with the MX5, so I can't really comment. But Craig, what do you think of the new mid-engine Corvette C8? I normally despise GM, but that car is a big exception for me. It's interesting, but again, I don't want a car that I'm kind of sitting in the floor. To me, that's kind of uncomfortable. So I wouldn't be enamored with it. And I'll tell you, mid-engine cars have a real overheating problem, so unless they've really nailed it with the cooling system, I would want it to be out for a while and see how that thing fares in real life situations. But my sports cars days are kind of behind me. You know, I had a lot of sports cars back in the day, and it was fun. When you're young, it's fun. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, that's the only thing I would think about on that. Craig, Craig, would you buy a Lotus? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Many of them have Toyota engines. No, 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 no. Whether they have a Toyota engine or not, no, I would pass on the whole Lotus thing. In orders in the house, I still prefer the Corvette C6. A black or yellow, you'd be ideal on those 20-inch chrome rims. Let's see. I'd order MX-5 with the Rankle engine. The Portage GV, the cockpit of the new Corvette is awesome. Styling-wise, looks like a Camaro/Ferrari hybrid. Not a fan of how it looks, okay? That's right, Craig. Rolls-Royce are made in the Goodwood factory in England. Yeah, and I think the Bentleys are the only ones that are kind of like made pretty much from the ground up anymore at the Bentley factory, right? I think those are a little more purebred, right? But I don't know what engine they're using in those. Kevin's in the house. Craig, do you have to buy one American car/truck? What do you get? A Chevrolet Suburban would be okay. Yeah, Chevrolet Suburban. And I think you can flat tow those behind a motor coach. Matter of fact, that might be the next vehicle I get when I get my motor coach. I might get one of those to flat tow. Pretty sure you can flat tow them. You can't flat tow any Toyotas without major modifications, so I'm not going there. So yeah, Chevrolet Suburban. I think all black, triple black. I think that'd be a way to go. Let's see, G-Town. A BMW is certainly not superior in interior quality. Lexus. I've sat in a $120 2010 7 Series, and the interior felt like it took it out of a base level 3 Series. You can't get a C8 in manual. Okay. Let's see. People who lease Mercedes and throw them away every 3 years will say their interiors are nicer than Lexus, but they never own the cars long enough to find out which interior holds up better. Good point. And R. Wag says, love the Chevy Suburban. There you go. Let's see. G-Town. Actually, not. Craig, Bentleys are almost entirely sourced from Slovakia and Germany and are assembled in Crewe, England. They are almost entirely VW and Audi underneath. Oh, okay. All right. Well, times change, right? There you go. Of course, I wouldn't want any of the above. I wouldn't want a VW, an Audi, any of them, right? Life is too short than to put up with all that, all those issues. Nothing worse than plastic GM/Ford interiors of the 90s and the 2000s. Lance is in the house. Craig, what do you think of Saab? They're also a bag of hurt, absolute bag of hurt, but the seats were very comfortable. The seats were very comfortable back in the day. I'll tell you also, French cars have very comfortable seats. A Citroën has very comfortable seats. At least back in the day they did. I don't know if they still do. F-150 any good? Kevin says, I would think they would be pretty good. My gosh, they sell a ton of them. I can't imagine the F-150 is a piece of junk. Of course, a Toyota pickup would be better, right? But yeah, an F-150 is probably pretty good. Toyota had plastic interiors in the 90s too, but at least they held up. Yeah, I mean, plastic is not always bad stuff, right? Plastic can be higher quality and can be lower quality, right? Comes in different grades and so forth. Saab is dead. Not even Ferraris are purely Ferrari. Even they have Fiat components in them, and their infotainment systems come from Chrysler. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's scary. Yeah, Ferraris were never reliable either. Even back in the day, they weren't reliable. Most Ferrari guys always had at least two so that they could have one in the shop and one to use. So that's how that whole thing worked. Okay, let me see if I've got another email here. Okay, no, that's it. Kyle's Salvation Army find was the most recent email. Let's check the time there. We'll look at the time. Moving right along. And by the way, Steve is supposed to have a show tomorrow, and Steve got the ATEM Mini Pro, the Black Magic unit. He got it in stock. I think he got it today. So he's going to be doing some testing with that, and it's going to be very interesting to see how that puppy works. He says it's very compact. It's smaller than my Roland switcher, and it has the encoder built into it, whereas I'm using the Roland switcher and then a separate encoder, of course, the Video Pro, that I think is the culprit for the chipmunk voice, but I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, he's going to have that one device to do all of the above, to do the switching and the streaming, so it'll be interesting to see how well that works. Let's do a close-up on the on that puppy there. And did you own any AMC cars in your youth? No, not many. Well, I mean, we had an AMC Pacer one time, that funky thing. My buddy had a AMX. I didn't have one personally. They were around, but we really weren't that interested in them. We liked the GTOs. To some extent, we liked the Mustangs. Of course, Shelbys. We were all about the Shelbys. What else did we buy? Some Camaros. Oh, I had a Buick Skylark convertible, a 1967, I want to say. Buick Skylark convertible with a floor shift, automatic shift on the floor. My first car after my dad gave me a 67 Chevrolet Impala station wagon. But my first car that I actually bought was a 1967 Mustang two-door notchback coupe or whatever you call it. It wasn't the fastback, wasn't the convertible. And it was very unusual. I got it from my uncle. It had 122,000 miles on it. And it was very unusual. The only one I'd seen, it had the console on the floor with the little map compartment that you could open up. It had a door that slid up and had a little compartment in the front of the console. And then overhead, in the center of the headliner, it had an overhead console with two map lights. And I'd never seen another one with that console. And it also had the tilt-away, swing-away steering wheel. It had air conditioning. It had, what else did it have that was unusual in those? I think that was about it. It had, of course, the V8. It was a 289. Trying to think what else it. Oh, it had. I think it was a 67, and it had the blinkers in the hood that I believe were an option in 67, and then in 68, I think they made them standard. The blinkers in the hood. So it was a cool little car. I remember I paid $200 for it. I bought it from my uncle. He gave me a good buy, right? But $200 for it. Needed a little bit of work. It had a little bit of rust in the rear quarters that I fixed. It was dark blue, and I blended it. A buddy of mine blended the paint, and it looked real good. And I drove that for a while. That was a fun car to have when you're like 16 years old. Okay, so let's see what else. Despite Craig's affinity for beige, he is not an ambassador guy. Okay. I found a backpack I want your opinion on. Okay, absolutely. Send us the link, Kyle. Absolutely. Lance is in the house, sent an email of a GS spring drive. By the way, speaking of spring drives, the Little Treasury channel, he released a video today of some of those new models. Pretty cool video. So take a look at it. It's over on Steve's channel, on the Little Treasury YouTube channel. And we will pull up this Grand Seiko. Here's the Grand Seiko that Lance sent over. Interesting. Yeah, I'm really just not a fan of the pre-2017, and even these lugs here, not lugs, the shoulders on either side of the crown. For some reason, that the shape of those looks a little bit off. Maybe it's just the photo. And see how the power reserve is sticking up instead of recessed into the dial? Not a big fan of that. Looks like it's a full kit. Wonder if it's a screw down crown. It's got a display back. That's interesting. Not a bad price though, really, if you think about it. Not a terrible price for what it is. I wonder if it has a screw down crown. That would be interesting. Let's see here. It's 40 mil watch, so it's, decent size. Okay, use 19 millimeter straps. Which to me, that's not a big deal. Some people say, oh, I want 20, blah. HD straps, he can make you a nice strap, 19 millimeter, no problem. That's what this is. And it's stunning, absolutely stunning. I like the 19 millimeter. I like having a smaller strap. Makes the watch a little more elegant, I think, looking when it's on a strap. What do you guys think? I think it looks great. I think it looks great with a 19 mil strap. That one on the right there, that 005, that has a 19 mil strap, and I think it's fine. I don't get the people that want the bigger strap. Now that 231 next to it, that has a 22 mil strap, but that's a beast. That's a beast, and it should look like a beast because it's a beast of a watch. It's a beast. It's a heavy use watch. We've already talked about it. It could be used in riot situations. Let's see. If that all gold stunner that Lance sent in yesterday was a spring drive, it would be the best watch ever made. There you go. If it was a spring drive and if it had a screw down crown and if a few things, right, Kyle? That's, you, Kyle, me, you, our wags, if a few of us got together, I guarantee you we could design the ideal watch. It'd probably only take us about 10 minutes to do it. And yet these big manufacturers, they can't do it to save their lives, right? They just can't do it. Our wags is in the house. See, Rolex is too uppity, right, to work out a deal and license the spring drive movement to put it in the date 8, right? They wouldn't do that. Can you imagine if Rolex licensed the newest spring drive, the one that's thinner, and they licensed that to put it in the date 8, and they came out with a special edition date 8 with the spring drive? How freaking cool that would be. But they ain't going to do it. They don't want to give us what we want. Let's see. Arwag says, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to buy a Japanese truck. I'm sticking with an American truck. Mine is a Dodge Ram with the Cummins diesel and Allison transmission. I'll put that against a Toyota truck. Well, yeah, I mean, my gosh, you could pull the Toyota truck, yeah, I mean, yeah. From a heavy-duty standpoint, absolutely. But I will say, probably from a long-term reliability standpoint, the Toyota might have an edge. But yeah, when you get up into the heavy-duty stuff, those Cummins diesel's engines are extremely rugged. And, yeah, you're probably fine. You're probably fine. I agree. Let's see, Lance is in the house. Jet, you're right about that. GS needs to make a gold spring drive sport watch. Let's see, Toyota's use of just-in-time production means that if a defect is found on a part, the plants aren't stuck with 1 million of those faulty parts, smaller batch order parts. And I knew people that were involved with with Toyota, and what they told me was basically, if you're a parts supplier for Toyota, you pretty much know, you are on notice. If you supply screwed up parts, you're going to lose the contract, and you're going to be, you know what, out of luck. They are very, very hard on their suppliers as far as quality control, and not, you know, if they don't supply robust parts, it's going to be a real problem for them. So RWAGS is in the house. Toyota V8 truck gets 16 to 18 miles per gallon. My 3/4 ton Ram with the diesel gets 25, 27. Mine is a much bigger and heavier truck. Well, yeah, the diesels are absolutely a lot more efficient. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. No, that's why my next motor coach will have a huge diesel engine in it, not gasoline, right? Yeah. Let's see. I agree. Don't need day of the week or date. Okay. Wags, Toyota doesn't do full-size trucks well. My neighbor owns an '03 Ram 2500 Cummins, and it's solid. There you go. Chip looks much better on the strap. Okay. Eduardo's in the house, and he says, Kyle, surprisingly, I've had a couple of times where I forgot the day of the week. Yeah, but it's so easy these days just to get it on the screen of your phone, right? And people say, well, you don't need a watch because you can get the time off the phone. Well, no, as far as the time goes, I'm checking that more often during the day, and I don't want to have to fumble with my phone every time I need the time, especially if my hand's full, if I'm at an event, I got a camera in my hand or whatever. The last thing I want to do is fumble with my phone. It's the people that say that you can get the time off your phone. They're the ones that the screen on their phone is always broken, right? Because they were fumbling with the phone trying to get the time, and they dropped it and broke the screen. So that's how that whole thing works. Just so you guys know, that's how the broken screen thing works. Let's see. Cheetown says, you'd be surprised by how well those Dodge Cummins hold up, especially compared to Ford Power Stroke. Well, yeah, an inline, I believe they're an inline 6 diesel, right? Inline 6. That's always a very rugged solution, an inline design. Lance is in the house. If you want the reliability of Japanese cars and want a diesel engine truck, then get a Nissan Titan with the Cummins engine. That might be interesting. But Nissan, they've got some issues of their own, so I'm not so sure. Our Wags is in the house. The black strap makes the gold really stand out, especially on camera, a real wow factor. I do prefer the black strap on it. I have to say, I do prefer it. I think it. And see, black is so versatile. It really goes with anything. You can't go wrong with black, I think. Let's ask Bree. She's in the chat, the lovely Bree. You know, one thing when I'm looking down at the chat, I can always tell when Bree pops in because that purple, she picked that purple. We designed that logo together, and she loves purple. So, you know, I was like kind of, I wasn't real sure about it, right? But she likes purple, so we went with it. But here's the thing. It stands out. It's unique. Very few people have their logo in purple, so that probably was a good choice. And by the lovely Bree, she says, hope everyone has a good evening. Lance, I wouldn't trust Nissan quality control as far as I could throw it. The powertrain might be good, but what about the body, structure, and electronics? I agree. I agree, Lance. Cheetown, I've never owned a Nissan, but I've heard their quality is okay. They're not as solid as Toyota or Honda, though. There you go. Kyle's in the house. For me, the work of having to change the date every other month isn't worth it. I hear you. I would rather go without it if I could. It would be nice to never touch the crown. Well, yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of that 9F stunner that Blue has. It has no date, right? And it's so accurate, it will literally run for like 3 years. You probably won't even have to touch the daggone thing, right? For 3 years, right? And then when the battery finally dies, he just replaces it and goes another 3 years. So that would be cool if if Grand Seiko made a gold stunner, all gold stunner with a 9F movement, with no date, with a screw down crown. Think about it. with a screw-down crown, fully waterproof design, that would literally be a watch you wouldn't have to unscrew the crown for 3 years, right? That would be pretty cool, I think. Is that crazy? Is that crazy talk? Let's do a time check here. We're almost halfway through the show, just like that, folks. This could be the fastest hour in broadcasting. The fastest hour. Rush has the fastest 3 hours in broadcasting, right? This could be the fastest hour in broadcasting. Let's see here. And Sig says, Brianna, the evening improves now that you're among us. There you go. I think she just stops in, though, to say hi. I don't think she hangs out very long. We'll see. We'll see if she puts another comment in the chat. Let's see. We'll see. Lance, old Nissan quality is good, but new Nissan quality is terrible. There you go. Is Little Treasury showroom open? Yes, I believe they are. Certainly by appointment, but I think they are open, period. But it might be a good idea to set an appointment and let them know that you're coming so that they can roll out the red carpet for you. And definitely they will do that. Kyle's in the house. But I don't want to ever change the battery, and I want the buttery smooth movement of the spring drive, and I want gold. It just doesn't exist. Well, Kyle, that would be cool if they made a gold stunner. While we're wishing here, let's wish for the moon, right? Let's say they made a gold stunner with the new spring drive movement, but with no date. That could make it thinner, right? And the new movement is thinner anyway. So, but make an auto wind version of the new movement with no date and a pressure-proof solid 18 karat gold case with an 18 karat gold bracelet, stunner bracelet. That would be, I mean, they're so damn accurate too that you could literally wear it for months and months without having to recalibrate it. I mean, they're real accurate as well, especially mine. That 231 on the left there, it's insanely accurate. So that would be a heck of an option. Why don't you guys suggest that? Because I can suggest till I'm blue in the face. They don't listen to me. They don't return my emails or anything. You know, I'm like the redheaded stepchild around Grand Seiko. But if you guys wrote to them, maybe they would take notice. Maybe they would take notice. Let's see here. Craig, would you rather drive a bring money and wads or fix it again, Tony? Okay. Bring money and wads. Well, you know, with Bree says I'm still here. With vehicles, with cars, any vehicles, I really want the maximum reliability possible. Because I do, from time to time, find myself going to an event or to an appointment or something like that, and it would be a real pain in the neck to have car trouble. It'd just be a pain. I'd have to call an Uber. I'd have to move my camera gear into the Uber. I'd have to arrange for the vehicle to be picked up and towed somewhere. It'd just be a whole thing, right? I just don't want to go through all that. And I've never had, knock on wood, never had that problem with the Toyotas leaving me on the side of the road or any kind of a problem like that. So there you go. Bree, you didn't answer then about if you like the black strap on the 002 Stunner. Do you like the black strap? She might be listening to the audio only. She might not be seeing the picture, but let me do a close-up here just in case. There it is with the black strap. Looking pretty stunning if you ask me. So, sent the email the bag. Oh, I do want to look at the bag. I want to look at the bag. Or he probably meant backpack, but let's take a look. Backpack. Hand stained buffalo leather. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Hmm. Oh, for crying out loud. I hate these pop-ups and this crap. Okay, well, first of all, I'm going to tell you that I probably would not buy this bag. Okay, let me just say that right off the top of my head. I mean, it looks okay. To me, it should have solid brass zippers, not these vinyl things. I don't know. I would look around. That's a lot of money. I would look around. It just doesn't. It doesn't look eat up with class to me. It just doesn't look like the stuff that I was showing from Colonel Littleton yesterday. Now I don't know if he makes a backpack. See if I can get this up. See, I don't know if Colonel Littleton makes a backpack. Let's see here. What's new? What's new? What is what's new? What's new? The heck? Okay. Portfolios, notebook, and journals, business, personal gear. Yeah, I don't know. I think I would look around some. I would look around some. And I would find something really high end. And that one also looked like it had too many zippers and too many things going on it. It just looked like a little gimmicky. I would look around some more and try to find something that's a little more old school looking. That's straight. If you want to go leather, I would go all leather. Even the back of it would be leather. Every freaking thing would be leather. The entire strap, every freaking thing, right? No synthetic materials anywhere. So I would look around some more. That's just my gut reaction, Kyle, on that one. And Bree says, I do like the black strap. It's very classy. And Briefit Dance says, which puppies? Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay. And Lance says, Kyle, I like that it was the new GS style without the Seiko on the top. RWAG says, Chip, I think you would be more entertaining substituting for Rush Limbaugh than most of the guys he has doing it. Boring. You would spice things up. I think the guy from Canada is pretty good, though. He's pretty good. I've heard him a couple times. I don't listen all the time, but I've heard him a few times. He's pretty good. Yes, that is critical, Lance. Okay, Craig, Cheetown. Craig, what do you think of the rule that everything you own with wheels and motors added up should not be worth more than half the value of your yearly income? Half the value of your yearly income. Let's see. That probably makes sense. I think the more important thing is, and this is what Dave Ramsey talks about, the more important thing is the depreciation. How much is it depreciating? So if you bought something that is pretty rock solid as far as holding its value and or maybe it's going up in value, let's say you had a mint condition, let's pick a year, 1978 911, Porsche 911, that was in mint condition that you kept up real nice, you kept it in the garage, and it was your weekend fun car, go to car shows, you kept it in real nice shape. Over the years, that's done pretty good as far as, holding its value. So you can't really compare that to a late model car that you bought new or that you bought a year old or something like that. Preferably you bought it a couple years old, so you know, hammered off some of the depreciation there. But yeah, you have to look at those kind of details, right? As far as, and you also have to look at what you're using it for. If it's used in your business and you're making money with it, with that piece of equipment, whether it be a pickup truck that you're using in your work or something like that, then again, that's a horse of a different color in my book. You kind of need it to be making your money. So I'm a firm believer in buying equipment that I need to be able to make more money, right? It's all about income at the end of the day. The more income you make, the more money you can save and invest. So that's how I look at that whole thing. Craig, did you pay extra for your 231? They must have done something to the movement. It's so accurate. I got lucky, Tim. No, I just got lucky. Some of them are more accurate than others. It is the case. I've heard this from numerous owners. It is the case. And in that latest video that Little Treasury put up, he said that the spec is 1 second a day. I think that's wrong. I thought the spec on the spring drives was 15 seconds a month. Can somebody confirm that? Isn't that the spec on the spring drives, 15 seconds a month? He said 1 second a day. That would be 30 seconds a month. I don't think that's correct, because I noticed that on his video today. Let me know in the chat. Am I correct? Is it 15 seconds a month, or is it 30? If it's 30, then this one's doing really good. This one's 10 seconds fast a month. I thought it was 15 seconds was the spec. Let me know in the chat what you think about that. The guy has videos of how he makes these bags. They look to be very high quality. They probably are, Kyle, but I would look around some more. I mean, if you really like it and you can't find something better, okay, go with it. But I would just look around some more. It just didn't pop my clutch. It just didn't, like, when I looked at it, I wasn't thinking like, wow, you know. Maybe you've got to find a bag that's more like $1,000 new that maybe you can get used for like $200 or $300. Maybe you got to go that route as opposed to buying one that's $400 new and paying $400 for it, right? Maybe you want to find a much higher end bag and see, like, does the leather shop, does he make them? Well, he might even make one bespoke for you, this guy here, right? He might make one bespoke for you if you asked him. And he would make something that would be, oh, here's a backpack. Oh yeah, I can bet you this will be all that in a bag of chips. Hey, it's $4.75. I wonder if he makes that in his shop. That's a good price. I wonder if that thing is imported or something, because that's a good price. Handmade in USA from American leather. Whoa. Kyle, I hope you're still tuning in. I hope you're still tuning in. How come I can't see a bigger picture of this? Oh, for crying out loud, this computer's there we go. Okay. See, this is what I'm talking about. This thing will be made like nobody's freaking business, with everything riveted and you know, look at that. Look at the brass eyelets. Look at the woven leather. These people are insane how they build things. These people are absolutely insane. Look at that. Look at the quality of that sucker. Don't get me started. Don't get me started comparing this one to that other thing. This is eat completely up with class, folks. Eat completely up with class. Now, is it big enough for you? I don't know the size of it. Comes in a couple different colors. Natural's pretty cool. Natural will darken, you know, over with age. Now this is oil tan. That one's out of stock. This is oil tanned. I'd probably get the brown one. It's in stock. $475. It's a lot classier. A lot classier. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. That was Dave Ramsey's rule I was quoting. He was saying that rule to people who sign leases or loans on two $50K luxury cars when they make $100K per household. Well, yeah, it's just stupid. First of all, people shouldn't be, they should be paying cash for everything. I do agree with Dave Ramsey on that. I've lived that way for forever. I just think it puts a lot less stress on you if you have no date. No date. That too. No debt, right? If you have no debt, you're under a lot less pressure. I think. Let's see. Spring drive is +1 or -1 second per day. Okay. Well, I guess that is the spec. Well, I'll tell you, I've never seen one that is worse than like 15 seconds a month. I've never seen one that is at like 30 seconds a month. So I think they underpromise and overdeliver. I think that's what they do. That's correct. The new spring drive movement is 10 seconds per month. Yeah, because the new one, I think they have it thermal regulated too, right? Kevin says, well, wow, that bag looks sweet. They don't make any junk, the leather shop. The leather shop does not make any junk. I'm just going to tell you straight up, you're not going to find any junk. That's why I was shocked when I saw that price. I'm like, damn, are they starting to sell like imported crap? Or what's going on here? But evidently that's made in his place. Let's see. Soft oil tan leather, solid brass hardware, 2 exterior side pockets, 1 interior pocket, adjustable shoulder strap, all stress points riveted. Additional information. Okay, here it is. Here's the dimensions. Height is 15 inches long, 13 inches wide. High 15 inches, length 13 inches, width is 6 inches, 3.75 pounds. So it's relatively lightweight for considering the quality of it. Yeah, you'd have to just decide, is that big enough? For me personally, I wouldn't want a kind of a big backpack, because then I think I would tend to just put more junk in it, and it would be too heavy to comfortably wear on the back. So to me, I don't think I'd want one bigger than that. I'm almost tempted to buy one, and I'm not even a backpack guy. I'm like, damn, maybe I should buy that. I would need to see how the inside looks. See if there's a video on their vintage backpack on YouTube. My guess is somebody's done a video about it, if it's been for sale for a while. Let's see. Tim, I thought, let's see. Yosh Porter bags were more popular. Okay. Sent an email earlier. Let's see. 543. Okay, let's look at the email. Oh, wow. There's a couple of emails here. Video of Jack and George. Okay, so this is the guy who makes them. Makes the other bag that we looked at.
Okay, hi, I'm Jack Georges. Today we're going to show you what makes Jack Georges bag special.
Okay, so I'm not going to play the whole video, but definitely, guys, check it out. Check it out, definitely. But like I say, I wouldn't go there just because I'm not a fan of the using all the synthetics. I'd rather see solid brass zippers and solid brass hardware and all leather for me. If I'm going to go that direction, that's the way I would go. Let's see here. Lance is in the house. Okay. Not hateful, but I'm not a fan of the overall look. But it just, I've gotten so spoiled by the 002, I guess that's my problem. I'm really spoiled, folks. Really, really spoiled. Made in China motorcycle gloves. Oh, jeez. Okay. I can see. I understand. I get it. Oh, boy. That's a shame. I got to find out if I can get. Okay, let's see. Craig, Craig sent you a pic of a made in China. Oh, the gloves. I just showed that. Bought a year ago. Never crashed or abused. They're already falling apart. I hear you. They will do that. I got to find if I can get that shipped. Kevin, what are you going to get shipped? Do tell. Cheetown, not even Louis Vuitton uses solid brass hardware on their plastic coated canvas and untreated leather bags, and those are $1,500 to $2,000. Cheetown. That's right. I mean, sometimes you got to go off the beaten path to find the really good stuff. You know, you got to go off the beaten path to find the good stuff. I don't mind, though. I don't mind going off the beaten path. That's why I have a pair of limmer hiking boots, right? You're not exactly going to find those unless you know about them, unless somebody tells you about them. You ain't going to just stumble across limmer hiking boots, right? So there you go. And you're not going to stumble across, items like that very easily, right? You're not going to stumble across the leathershop.com unless somebody tells you about it, I think. That's how that whole thing works. And by the way, there are a bunch of people on Etsy. There's a bunch of one advantage we really have in this day and age right now is there are a lot of people going into business for themselves doing things like leather work and stuff like that and making really high quality leather goods, and some of which will make it bespoke for you. And if you look around and find somebody who's really careful about what they're doing and really cares about quality, they'll do it the old world way. They'll do it the way it should be done. And it won't necessarily cost you any more money. But it's going to take a little bit of time and effort to source it, to find it, right? A little bit of time and effort. So there you go. Alpines are junk, TGV. Mine fell apart from normal use. I'd be worried if I ever came off, if I ever came off and needed to actually hold together. Okay. What's the best GS gold stunner? I've seen quartz and Craig spring drive. Well, the problem is there aren't that many options. As far as dress watches goes, the 002 I think is the best by far of any of them that they make. I don't think any of them even comes close to this whole package that this has, as far as the overall design, the deployant clasp, the whole package. I really don't think there's anything better. And as far as other models that are all gold, there are very few, and most of them are Japan-only units. So there's not a lot of choice. Not a lot of choice. If you want a gold stunner GS, I think you better call Steve and get the other 002 that he has, because there's only one other in the country. So that's probably the thing to do. Let's see here. The port is in the house. I upgraded to Gore-Tex gloves. I'll probably end up getting held or something. Okay. All right, got you. Kevin says that bag. What bag? What bag are we talking about? Are you talking about the backpack I just showed? So you're thinking about that brown backpack? Okay. I would think they would ship it. I would think they would ship it to you. Craig, what do you think of the leather bags from Sharona. I haven't seen them. Send me a link to one. Pick out a real nice one and send me a link, and I'll give you my opinion. I'll take a look. I will. Craig sent you a link to a video about, okay, all right. Okay, Lance, okay. Williamsburg yuppie hipster brand, okay. Let's see. Their watches are crap, but their bags seem fine, okay. Is Colonel Littleton really a colonel? He is a Kentucky colonel, I think. Yeah, I think he was given that title. He's a he's an interesting guy. Just really fun guy. Definitely check him out. He is a fun guy. Okay. Let's take a look at this video here. Okay, so whatever that is, that's a thing that I wouldn't own. Okay, so we'll pass on that. Japan made with pride. Okay, so yeah, I don't need a vinyl, whatever that's made of, thing. So there you go. All right, I just got a text. Let's see if it's from the Stevester. See if he gives an update. Okay, he's doing a test tomorrow of the unit. All right, we'll see if that works. Okay, all right. So, yeah, with bags, I think you can find some really high-end backpacks that are all leather, that are extremely well made. That one is an example that we showed. But I think if you hunt a little bit, I think you can find something that is not going to have weak points. I mean, there's no reason to have to pay extra money for the leather if there's going to be portions of the bag that are going to get snagged and going to get, going to have issues because they're not leather. So to me, I'd rather have either all like ballistic nylon, like the bag I showed you yesterday, the one that is, oh, for crying out loud. Who's the maker on that? Well, you guys know. I showed you the damn bag. But anyhow, that's made in the USA. It's a heavy-duty bag with ballistic nylon. That's okay, right? It's mainly ballistic nylon. It's got some leather trim on it and heavy-duty leather handles on it. But it's going to cost a lot less money than if that bag was all leather and all brass and all, the real stuff. So that's the deal. If I'm going to pay all the money for a bag, I'm going to want everything done just right. Everything high-end. I'm going to want all the ends folded over. I'm going to want the brass rivets. I'm going to want the whole 9 yards. It looks like all the edges on this bag are folded over. Let me see if I can get this damn thing blown up. Yeah, it looks like to me that is very similar construction to the bag that I have from them. It looks like it's a pretty well-made piece. So yeah, I mean, it would be a good idea to watch a review on YouTube if there's a full review of that bag, or a couple of reviews. Because I'm a little bit surprised. The price seems pretty damn reasonable to me for the quality that company generally cranks out. So yeah, that's what I would look at. Carlos. Oh, Carlos. Excellent. Hold on. Carlos coming in live. Okay. There we go.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you, my friend?
Yeah, very good, very good. We
And
have
where
got
are
to
you? Where are
it.
you?
We are still in Malta,
In Malta. It
and
looks beautiful.
yeah, yeah. In fact, it's a very nice place. I've never been here before, and yeah, it's very nice. And one thing that is great is that because this China virus,
Hmm.
there are no tourists, almost no tourists,
Good.
neither here, neither in Sicily, and really it's a great time to to visit.
Absolutely. Very good. Very smart,
Yeah.
Carlos. Very, very smart. And the locals are treating you okay?
Yes, yes, I needed some time to infiltrate. You know,
Yes.
I have to be careful protecting my cover.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. No,
Tim is asking, are you wearing the doxa?
yes, yes. Well, in fact, it will be my only watch till I go back to Panama. Yeah,
Okay. All right. Now,
yeah.
and the other question, the port TGV says, are you buying any watches while you're on vacation?
I was very close to purchasing that Cartier Pasha. I don't discard on doing it, but when I asked them, as it's a second hand shop,
Hmm.
I asked them if they had a tax refund for that kind of purchase,
Uh-huh.
but it is that for used materials, nevertheless, it's a regular shop. There is no tax refund,
Okay. Okay. I
and
understand.
yeah, I think it's a watch that I like. Probably it's a watch that I will not wear much, but yeah, maybe. Who knows? Who knows?
Of course, you know that I would try to talk you out of it because I want you to wear your watches and
Yeah,
and you've got some beauties to wear, but
yeah.
that's neither here nor there. So, did you have any good meals while you've been there so far?
Yes, yes. Today we had a meal in a Japanese place that we really enjoyed. We had meal there yesterday too. We are
Okay.
repeating the place.
Okay.
We had some local meals too. But yeah, yeah, yeah. But when you are out and this time of the summer that is quite hot
Mm-hmm.
during the day,
Yeah.
you have and it's really hot here in the midday,
Okay.
and at night you are a bit more tired and you don't want to have a big meal.
Sure.
But
Sure.
yes,
Sure.
it's nice meal. It's nice meal.
Sure. 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 Well, I tell you, it looks nice, and it's about 11 o'clock at night there now.
Uh, Close to 12.
Okay, close to
We
12.
are going
There's the
to a
Rolex.
Rolex
Rolex.
ID. Yeah, yeah. There is a Rolex ID here.
Do
That
they
is
do
by.
they have any watches in the window, or are they all put away?
They have some. They have some. I can notice that they have removed some of them,
Mm-hmm.
as you can see there. But there, yeah,
Yeah.
there are
Okay.
some. Yeah, they got master and yeah, a lot of Cellines. That looks good.
Now, when you were there during the day, did they have any sports models?
I I've passed by a lot of times, but honestly, I haven't went inside.
Okay.
But I assume that probably they don't have.
Okay.
I
Okay.
assume here they have more. They just.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. This is a place that is touristic, and
Mm-hmm.
also this is a place that a lot of people or some people used to have their really, really, really big yachts here.
Okay.
It is a port that is well communicated by plane, and also all the fees from the port are quite affordable, and it's
Okay.
a safe.
So people will
And
come in there with a large yacht or something and come in and reprovision, get some provisions, and maybe spend a day or so, and then head back out to sea.
no, more than that, they have this as their, let's say, most permanent base,
Okay.
and take the yachts here, and they go around the Mediterranean and probably after whatever they were sailing, the yachts come here again.
Okay.
It's
Okay. Cool.
it's a it's I am really liking the country. My brother has been living here for now like 7 years or something like
Oh,
that.
okay. Good.
It's a quite a small island. It's
Hmm.
interesting. This used to be a British colony,
Uh-huh.
and it is still part of the British Commonwealth.
And
And
a lot of people then speak English there?
yeah, everybody speak English
Okay.
on with very strange and funny accent. Probably it's
Okay.
fun that I told about funny accent,
Hmm.
but it's really strange. Trust me.
Yeah, Tim
And
says there's nobody there. Well, it's almost midnight, he says, Tim. And also there's very few tourists because of COVID. So there's very few tourists. So,
yeah,
yeah.
yes,
So the locals
yes.
are asleep.
Recently, there was more people in the street late night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. All
yes, but
right. Well,
it's a place that I will recommend to
sure.
someone who's around Europe to come
Now,
here.
now,
Maybe
what's the cost of living generally there? If somebody did want to relocate there and live there, what's the cost of living like? Do you know?
I cannot tell you exactly. I
Okay.
think that is quite. It used to be very good. It seems that on the last year, the cost has increased. Of a lot of online business came here,
Okay.
especially a lot of online gambling uh,
Okay.
located in Malta. Uh, but I can uh, going to a restaurant as a tourist.
Mm-hmm.
As a tourist, is really affordable.
Okay.
Really affordable.
Okay. All
We are
right.
in a
Well, anything else you'd like to update us on before we let you go?
nothing especially. Yes, no, no. Yeah. Someone wants to say hello. Someone,
Okay.
yeah.
Hello,
Hello.
hello. Is that
Hello. Hello.
No.
Hi.
Johnny? I got to see. I have to see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
No.
yeah.
Okay.
You can.
Very good.
Hello. How are you?
Very good. Very good. Are you doing okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
All
Are
right.
you DJ?
We're broadcasting live. We're in the United States and we're broadcasting live.
Okay.
And Carlos was just giving us a live report from Malta.
Okay. I'm from Ireland, and we
Okay.
got a great list yesterday of countries safe to fly to, and Malta is one. And
Okay.
we're here today.
And you like it?
What
Do you like it?
of my?
We love it.
I am enjoying a lot with so few tourists. It's
Yeah.
very.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We.
Very
Liz,
good.
Dad. Hello.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Yes.
Good, good.
Oh.
Well, enjoy your stay. How long are you going to be there?
Just 5 days.
5 days. Okay. Are you
Yeah.
going to go out on a boat? Are you going to go out sailing or?
The whole thing. We're going to visit everywhere. Goldso, St. Paul's Bay, everything. We're only here tonight, and then we're going.
Okay. Well, have a very good trip. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you, USA. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you
Bye.
for your live report.
Thank
There you
you.
go. All right. Well, thank you, my friend Carlos, and you take care of
That
yourself and enjoy your trip.
those
And
people, those people, I've never seen that people before. I was walking by the street.
mhm.
They noticed that I was talking to my phone, and she told me that she wanted to participate.
Good. Well, that's good. That's what we want. That kind of reporting. And they say in the chat they want more reports from you. So they want reports every day from you. Just so you
Yeah,
know.
not every day, but because
By the way, I think Steve is going to do a broadcast tomorrow.
yeah, I've seen it.
I think
I've
so.
seen it.
Yeah.
No,
So.
a numbers broadcast. If I
And
am able,
Kyle says
I will.
amazing. Kyle says amazing.
Yeah.
And Sam says we are really enjoying this. There you go. And Tim says, "Where's your mask?" Carlos doesn't need a mask. He doesn't have anything. He's not infected.
No,
Oh,
really.
by the
Malta
way,
from
did you already have it? Did you ever determine? Did you already have the virus, or do you not know?
no. In fact, I assume that I don't have it.
Okay.
I,
Okay.
I assume that I don't have it.
Okay.
And Malta, so far, I think that they only had like 7 deaths on the full
The whole time.
pandemic.
The whole time. Yeah.
It's not a big country,
Hmm.
but it seems that it's very safe on that aspect. Yeah.
Very, very
And
good. Very
but
good.
it's really really nice, and it's a place with lot of. Can you see a lot? This uh, on the Renaissance,
Hmm.
and there was a lot of battles for Malta. As it was a very strategic place on the Mediterranean, that it's supposed that controlling Malta was a big step on controlling the Mediterranean.
Yes.
And lot of fortification, and very, very, very nice place. Very nice
Cool.
place.
Yeah.
I don't know if I will be able to live here for a long time, as it's really not a big island. But
But
yeah, it's a nice.
does your brother like it?
Yeah, he like it,
Okay.
uh, and I don't know if I would feel a bit claustrophobic, in my
Hmm.
opinion, living here the whole year around.
And
But you know,
Little Treasure Jewelers just said we are on tomorrow with Nomus Skyping in from Germany, so this is becoming an international channel. Well, there you go. Absolutely, absolutely,
yeah,
sure is. All right, I'm going to let you go, and you enjoy the rest of the evening, and we will talk again very soon. I hope.
yeah, I think that the next time probably will be from Spain, from
Okay.
the southern coast of Spain. That I am planning to be flying on Saturday.
Okay. All right. Well, have a good trip, and we will talk to you soon.
Thank you, Craig, and thank you for all the friends, and really thank you for these shows that is great to have you every day.
Well, thank you, my friend. Take care.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay. That's Carlos. Carlos reporting live. That's how that works. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. What a way to wrap up the day. And Trashy Larry's in the house. And he says, been a while. And let's see. Okay. I think on that note, I think we're going to wrap this puppy up. And Kyle, feel free to send me any emails you want if you're looking at any other bags or anything. I'd be happy to take a look. And Lance sent a link to a bag. Okay. And I think I would probably pass on any of these. I think this is marginal quality at best. Okay, let me see if I can get this to load in. How come it's not loading in? That picture up top. Anyway, you see how this strap is just stitched on here? And there's no rivets? You see that? That's going to come loose eventually. And it looks like this shoulder strap is part nylon and so on. It's $795. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And when I can buy a bag from these folks, similar bag, probably for about the same price, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to buy a piece of junk bag and pay a lot of money for it. It's not going to happen on my watch. Okay, let's go to the next one. View from the office window. Salty. Okay. There you go. That was emailed in. Nice view, I do say. Okay. Let's see. Lance has been to the rumors of the watch community about me. Okay. Enjoying the evening, gents. Jason in the house. We can't leave yet. More show, more show, says Sam. I'm sorry, but I've got to eat. I get hungry and I start getting mean if I'm too hungry. And the lovely Bree did come in chat, so I'm going to show her website. The lovely Bree. But do check out her website and check out all her social media, and make sure you subscribe, and make sure that you're subscribed to this channel, and make sure that you've got the little bell checked off so that you don't miss any broadcasts. And Lance says, thanks, Craig, great show. Well, thank you, Lance. Thank you. And we'll revisit all of this on a continuing basis. That's what we'll do. And that's how the whole deal works. Thanks again for watching, everybody.